Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Island of Gems. It is live on Kickstarter now, and I'll give you a nice little look at the board here. You'll notice that this is 9 by 9, or 3 by 3 grids, right? So it's 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. And so Island of Gems is an interesting one because it has an interesting similarity to Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe. If you're not familiar with Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe, I am going to assume you know what Tic-Tac-Toe is. But the way you play Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe is it's 9, a 3 by 3 grid of Tic-Tac-Toe boards. And as you're playing, the place that you make your X or O in then is where the next player needs to start playing their game. So like if I make X, if I'm in the middle of this square, or in the middle of any square for that matter, if I were to put an X there, then the next player needs to go in the middle square. And if they put something here, then I need to play in this square. So, and Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe is a lot of fun, especially if you're like sort of done with Tic-Tac-Toe, but your kids still want to play. So in Island of Gems, we're placing gems on these grids, and when you place in one place, the other player is going to then have to place in the other one. And essentially what you're trying to do is get majority area control in different areas to score points. There are like bonus goals and special cards around areas that are worth extra points for a certain time. Like if you have extra pieces in there, they're each worth an extra point. So basically, it's plays like Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe, but rather than looking for the 3 of a kind in a row and crossing something out, it's more of a point scoring totality game. So there's more nuance in play than just you win or you lost based on 3 X's in a row. Therein lies sort of the balance of the game. It's straightforward, it's easy to teach, it's got some of those little nuances. It's actually a fun theme where you feel like it's a pretty board and what's going on. A little more black than I'd like, but you know, it's cool. But you know, at the same time, it's I place here, that you place there, and it's like one of those things where even if there are the goals and the extra little bits, it's sort of inherently a game that is the most interesting in the middle. Because in the beginning, it's sort of like, oh, you know, everyone has lots of places you can push people. The tension isn't there on the limited spaces. So it like sort of starts slow. And then as you get to that middle chunky part where it feels like you're trying to like play around people and sort of make it, you know, like jockey, if you will, or make somebody think you're trying to go for one point or get another, it starts getting more and more interesting. And then when you're sort of at that final leg of the game, when there aren't that many spots and there really aren't that many options, and you're just sort of playing through the motions of doing the rest of it, it dies down a little bit. So it's sort of that more interesting chunk than is in the middle. And the other cool thing here, unlike Tic-Tac-Toe, it can play up to 4 players, which is cool too, and that changes the dynamic some for sure. So, but otherwise, again, you're going for majority. So this is an interesting one. Certainly check it out. I think it's a simple game. You like, I sort of like, if you're like, hey, am I going to like this? Like, I would like just go play Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe, which you can do on a piece of paper. And if you sort of like that dynamic of like being forced into certain squares and forcing people into other ones, and you're like, oh, I like this. What else could you do with it? I think this game's a good example of what else you could do with it. If that kind of play isn't really for you, or you don't like area control, or just sort of, it's not point salad, but just sort of looking for point scores, victory type games, it might not be for you. But do check it out. Also, feedback, rules are okay, need some cleanup, but that isn't uncommon for a Kickstarter at that stage. But I definitely want to call it out that there was a lot of like reading through. And as a reminder to anybody working on rules, have a body font. You never want to have text. You can have like cool title text, header text, but when it comes to your body, you want to be as clear as possible. And oftentimes that's Calibri or Arial or a simple font. Don't do fancy fonts for your body text. Anyway, so this is Island of Gems. Island of Gems. Check it out on Kickstarter. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.